guys, it's Kirsten Liebelt. Technical difficulties. We are fine now. Don't you worry about it. We are fine. Oy vey. Come on in, you guys. Grab your coffee, grab your tea. What are you doing today? It's Wednesday. Hope you guys are doing really, really, really well. And jump on in. Come on in. Did you guys see? Oh, man, I don't have my list. Oh, shnikey. Hold on. I can pull it up. All right. In my stories, I posted the winners of the birthday giveaways. So if you do not know whether or not you won, go look at my stories on Instagram, Facebook. Did I post it? I think I did. Yes, I did. I posted it everywhere. So it's all in my stories. 5 people won prizes yesterday from my birthday giveaway. 5 people. So I'm very, very excited about that. I will get those ready to get shipped out. Very, very good. So good morning, Joan. Good morning, Patty. Good to see you guys. So good to see you. Okay, so let's see. Today I'm going to talk to you about, yesterday we talked about leptin, which is a hormone that like nobody talks about leptin. Today we're going to talk about another hormone because I just want you guys to have like a more full rounded picture of what's going on in your body. If you guys do not know anything about my content, put like a 1 in the comments so that I know that you're like brand spanking new. You know, sometimes you get these influx of like followers and people have no clue, or maybe you have found out maybe you put a word on one of my reels and you were like unstuck. You want to get unstuck. And then you saw that I go live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time for like 2 years now. And you're like, well, what is all this information about? Well, this is actually a path and a track to help you. That's what this is. This is like ongoing education, so to speak, with some built-in encouragement, support, and no shame. That's what we're doing over here. So like, my name is Kirsten Liebelt. We are located in Minnesota all my life. And I'm Italian. I really had a lot of sugar addiction when I for my whole life, like from a very little girl. We were just really taught that, like eating ice cream and stuff was like the wise thing to do. And so there was a lot of sugar in my life. There was a lot of food in my life, etc. And then I hit my 20s and I'm gestational diabetic. And then by the time I'm 50, I'm a 2x in size. My dad has already died from type 2 diabetes. He was only 63. I just turned 61 yesterday, you guys. So I'm so close to that age, right? And so I'm very mindful of how young he was. Let's be honest, he was really young. And I just took a completely different path in my 50s. And that's what I share with you guys. So I literally just sourced some targeted supplementation. I did my research to learn about like the hormonal connection. I tried 1 ingredient swap here and 1 recipe swap there. And I lost 3 sizes in my 50s and I've kept it off and I'm still going. And I'm like, this is exactly how I can help other people do the same thing, because this is not rocket science. Biology is biology. Physiology is physiology. Like, this is exciting. And so now you guys have blessed me with limitless amounts. I mean, honestly, I can't count the testimonies that I have now from just 2.5 years of being online talking to you about this one specific conversation. I've been online longer than that, but 2.5 years speaking directly about insulin resistance. So if you need a track to run on, you need a path, you need help, you're like, I am so tired of all the freaking noise out there and I'm not getting anywhere. And when I get information from my provider, it's not helping me. You're in the right place. I just want you to know that, like, you're in the right place. So for all of you that already know, we have a group called Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women. And in that particular group, it's on Facebook, every month we do a 5-day free challenge. Well, the next one just happens to start next Monday, February 2nd. So you get to start your February off with a challenge. And that's all about food. Here we do education, and then we do all that food stuff inside of the group. Okay. And in between that, we talk a lot about targeted supplementation, because I was not a supplementing person. I had no interest in taking supplements. I only had interest in taking like ibuprofen. And I just, wasn't a very disciplined person, wasn't assessing myself very well at all. Took that journey, learned how to target, like laser focus my supplementation. And that's when you guys come in with all of the amazing testimonies, getting off of meds and having not diabetic put in your chart. And like, it's amazing what you guys are accomplishing out there. It is so amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. You have no idea, because it's not easy to go against what everybody else is saying when you are in a social setting, when you are, gathering at, like for the holidays, or when you're just around your family and your friends. I didn't tell people for a long time what I was doing because I didn't want the negative Nellies. I just didn't. Sue, good morning. Posen, Michigan. Love it, love it. Good morning, Shannon. I am so good today. I'm going to get my hairs done today. I get my hair colored and cut like, I don't even know, every 10 weeks. It's not, not that often, but I love going and having a good hair day. So I'm excited. Jody says, good morning, boss lady. Yeah, I be boss lady. You're so funny, Jody. You are adorable. Peggy, hello from, I can't believe it's this cold Myrtle Beach. Oh, Peggy. My mother-in-law, you guys, this is such a great testament to just longevity. My mother-in-law is 92 years old. And she lives in the middle of North Dakota, the middle of nowhere, North Dakota, where it's just like here, probably even a titch worse, right? And because there's no trees. But she went to Florida. So she calls, listen to this, you guys. This is goals. She calls every single person in the family on their birthday. Child, daughter, son-in-law, grandchild, great-grandchild. She doesn't have very many days off the year, and she sings to them. So she calls me and she sings, and she tells me it was 27 degrees in northern Florida. And she's like, she's not complaining. She's used to, 20 below. But she's like, yeah, it's cold. So you guys are having that little snappy poo. I'm so sorry. I know, that's crazy. Hi, Deborah. She calls me teacher. Very, very good. Good morning, Lisa. You left me a message here in my messages. Thank you for telling me, Lisa. I will go and check. Geraldine, happy belated birthday. It was it's a great birthday. I get to do the things that I love. I'm just saying, like I went to a business meeting last night. I got to be with all of my friends. I got to be with my family. I just have good things happening in my universe, right? I'm getting ready for a conference, like just good stuff. Wanda, nice to meet you. Brand new. So today we're going to talk about, Mary, thank you. We're going to talk about another aspect of maybe why you've got, you're stuck at losing fat. And the general conversation every single day is insulin resistance, and how insulin resistance is the trunk of the tree. And everything else comes off of that trunk. Literally freaking everything. There should be a poster on the wall of our doctor's office that says freaking everything comes from insulin resistance, and here's why. That's what should be posted in our doctor's office. But that's not what's happening at all. And in fact, they don't say anything until it shows up in your sugars. This is what is so mind-boggling and frustrating for you and I, because listen, we're just trying to lose a little bit of fat, people. We're just trying to not go over the cliff of medication. By the time my dad was dead, he had a whole Lazy Susan full of medication. It obviously didn't do much for him now, did it? It didn't heal anything. It didn't reverse anything. It just didn't do what it was supposed to do. And so he ended up having all the heart surgeries, et cetera, and ended up on kidney dialysis. And then he was gone. That was it. His heart was done. Right? Just saying. So let's just do something different. And that's what we're going to do today. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Wanda. I appreciate you. She says, you are so real with your life and information. Thank you, Wanda. Yes. Well, I've got nothing to hide. I mean, sometimes I have surprises, but I don't have anything to hide. My mammy and mom's mom had 14 grands and called all of us on our birthday. Isn't that crazy? Mom did that with your kids. It's what we all remember and miss. Your mother-in-law sounds amazing. 92 years old, you guys. She got on an airplane, went to Orlando, where one of her daughters lives, got picked up by the other daughter. Now she's with the other daughter for like a couple of months. I'm so happy she's there. We had such a good conversation. She doesn't have a stitch of dementia. Not a stitch. It's such a blessing. Oh, I could get emotional. Because it was hard to watch my mom, right? It's like you lose that person and you're like, you lose them long before they're gone, And so when we realized that she had dementia, oh my gosh, way too late for us to actually then garner all of the information because she was in her own routine. I'm not going down that road today. That would be ridiculous. But I'll tell you, there is a connection with insulin resistance, and this is what ticks me off. This is what drives my passion. She should have never been type 2 diabetic. It was not genetic in her family. She should have never had dementia. Her mother was 97 playing Scrabble when she died. She should have never, blah, blah, blah. It's metabolic syndrome, people. Wake up. It's metabolic syndrome, and they're not telling us. This is like the core of everything. So yesterday we talked about how leptin is a hormone that is dealing with your hunger. And now today I'm going to bring in just one more little hormone called ghrelin. Okay. And we're going to talk about that because remember, insulin is a hormone, but it's a fat storing hormone. And this is what's so like, we just keep hitting our head against a brick wall, wondering why we can't get anywhere, or why do I have high blood pressure? Why do I have, digestive issues? Why do I have leaky gut? Insulin resistance. So let's get on with it. So there we go. Hi, Phyllis. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Oh my gosh, this is so wonderful. Oh, wait a second. Is it Phyllis from Arkansas? Or is it a different Phyllis? That's exciting. Anyway, okay. Let's just jump in because I don't want people to wait forever for a little bit of content here today. I don't. I want to actually help you guys. And while I'm finding my information, by the way, it is the 28th of the month. We only have a couple of days left in January. If you are on the customer campaign right now, where when you purchase $150 3 months in a row, you get $75 off. They're throwing you that $50 New Year bonus in February. You only have a couple of days left to jump in on that. I had a brand new customer yesterday jump in. She's going to be able to get that $50 off in February when she does a 150 or more. She's going to get her $75 off in March, 150 or more. Like, this is somebody like literally going, I would like to pay you for your wellness journey. Do you mind? Do you mind if I help you like with your wellness journey? That's how I view that. Okay. Because what if you did 90 days, cash out, see what happens with your body? You still have 3 months left on your guarantee, money back, crazy. And now you are at the end of April. So, all right, let's jump in. If you need answers on that, you can either reach out to me and ask if you've got to jump off right now, or at the end, I'll explain things again when I go over the total body reset. So if leptin is the hormone that says we're full and we're safe, and that's what we talked about yesterday, ghrelin, maybe it's ghrelin. I think it's ghrelin, Ghrelin. Ghrelin is the hormone that says we need food now. Okay. So it's just another side of it. This is like how everything is so connected. And remember, your body was made it was so fearfully and wonderfully made. It is so like this computer motherboard, and we want to stop pouring water and fritzing out our like computer motherboard. This is what we need to stop doing, right? So ghrelin is made primarily in your stomach, and it talks directly to your brain. So when ghrelin rises, 3 things happen. Number 1, your hunger turns on. Number 2, your food becomes louder in your head. And number 3, your body starts conserving energy. This is not about willpower. It's about biology. So please, please, please stop being mean girl to yourself. You do have to hunker down. You do have to be intentional. You do have to like start to rein in certain things, but it's not because you are restricting yourself or really like punishing yourself. You are not punishing yourself. Get rid of that thought process. But instead, what you're doing is you are positioning. You're not punishing, you are positioning your body. Okay. So once you understand the biology and the physiology of this, this is how I believe, this is me personally, I believe this will take you so much further. Like you're just going to go like football fields further in your journey. And all of a sudden you're going to go, oh my gosh, not only am I getting results, but I'm keeping my results. That is what I want to see for you guys. Okay. I didn't just lose my 3 sizes. I've kept it off. That's the sentence that matters the most. Okay. Just to let you know. All right. Hold on. Sharon, good to see you. You're welcome, Sharon. She says, thank you for the Hormone 101 education. Yes, 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 yes. You are so welcome. So why should we care about ghrelin? Because if ghrelin is high all the time, you will feel hungry shortly after you eat. You'll think about food constantly. That's that food noise. You'll feel shaky, irritable, or snacky. Some of you write me and you're like, I'm so snacky. I'm so snacky, right? You'll struggle to stop eating once you start. And here's the kicker. Ghrelin doesn't work alone. It's all connected, you guys. Okay. So that's why we are root cause wellness systemic, working for your cellular health, working for like getting down your inflammation. We're doing it all in one fell swoop. Okay. That's what we're doing. Like when we start talking about food and the total body reset. When insulin is chronically high. So here we go. When insulin, the hormone released from your pancreas, is chronically high, the brain becomes less responsive to satiety signals. Ghrelin doesn't shut off properly. Hunger shows up even when fuel is available. So the body thinks, we're not getting any energy here. We need some energy. Better ask for more food. That's what's going on behind the scenes. Like if you could see little men like working the machines. Hello. We don't seem to be getting any energy. We need some help here. That's why you can eat enough calories. You can eat healthy food and you can still feel like you're starving and wondering, why is this happening? You just don't really ever get full, but it's a hormone misfire. It's your hormones just misfiring. It's not a character flaw, right? We talk about that a lot. So this might be where you go like, oh, this is me. Okay. Skipping protein early, and ghrelin will rise if you're doing these things. Okay. If you're doing these things, ghrelin will rise higher. If you're skipping protein earlier in the day, if you have poor or broken sleep, and I know a lot of y'all aren't sleeping, right? This is what we talk about. High stress, cortisol talks to ghrelin. Cortisol is your stress hormone, right? Blood sugar swings, ultra processed foods, chronic dieting or under eating. Oftentimes, if you come to me in my DMs and you say to me, I have been on a calorie restriction for like the last 6 months and I can't get anything to move. And I'm like, you need to get your macros right. And from a good, reliable source, which to me is Maria Emmerich. You need to go look at her free macro calculator. We talked about this yesterday. You need to understand, because old thinking, old school, go back to the 90s in your brain, girls, go back to the 90s. You just need to not eat any fat ever. And we're going to tell you then, we're just not going to tell you that we put a bunch of sugar in the food to make it taste good because it took out all the fat. So you just need to pay attention to calories and fat. Fat bad, calories get them lower. And we've lived in this cycle like forever, like decades. This is a part of our indoctrination, right? And now we have to get things a little way more balanced into how we actually properly fuel our motherboard to get it to produce a result. Like, how do we get our computer to actually work again? Okay. So sometimes you might say, I'm not even hungry, but I want to eat. That's often ghrelin, not like a true fuel need. That's usually just kind of a hormonal little bit of a misfire. Okay. So this is how it's supposed to work in a healthy system. Ghrelin rises before meals, and then you eat. Insulin does its job. It goes and it takes that fuel and it puts it into your cell. And then leptin, the one that we talked about yesterday, turns on I'm full. I feel good. And then ghrelin quiets down. So that's the process. When you are insulin resistant, step 4, where the leptin turns on fullness, I'm full, it's broken. It's a broken signal. So now that it's not working, right? The brain can't hear it. And then your ghrelin, instead of being turned off and quieting down, it stays loud. It stays loud. And then your hunger never quite resolves itself. And you're like, what is going on? Okay. So that's your cycle. All right. That's why fat loss can totally stall. So when somebody says, you know, it's only about calories, that's not true, but calories do play a role, because if you're overeating, you're overeating. I mean, so it's not that it's not a piece of the puzzle. It's just not the piece of the puzzle. It's not the only piece of the puzzle. That's just what we've been taught. Okay. So we haven't been taught the multi-layered thought process that, oh, so calories, yeah, okay, that's one layer, but multifaceted conversation is if my insulin is high, I can't burn fat. And if I have a sluggish liver, I can't burn fat. I probably should pay attention to those too in order to get the results, right? So then what happens is if ghrelin is constantly elevated, your body will defend fat, your brain will push food, your energy will drop, your consistency will feel impossible. Anybody? Fixing insulin resistance while you're like supporting your gut and your liver signaling is what allows your ghrelin to begin to normalize. This is why you're getting results internally and you can't quite put your finger on, why do I feel more in control? Why do I feel like that food noise is down? Why do I feel more balanced? Why do I feel more satiated? It's because we went like this. And internally, inside of your body, we brought everything back down into balance. And you can't quite put your finger on why. And that's why it's all connected. And that's why when I talk to you about the total body reset, it's all connected. So remember, when you go to the doctor and they silo the information, go to this doctor for your female conversation, go to this doctor for your endocrinology, your metabolism, etc. Go to this doctor for your heart, go to this doctor for your anxiety, go to this doctor for, like, just take all of that. I'm not telling you not to go to your doctor. So always hear me properly, but just take all of that and go whoosh, like a cat off the table, just whoosh, and go, no, everything is freaking connected. So when I go through the 6 pieces of the total body reset, just understand it's all connected, because now we're going to do liver, gut, insulin, inflammation in one nugget of conversation. So when you do that, that's when you guys, you're like, my hunger is more calm. Like, what happened? My hunger is calm. My food noise is fading. My meals actually satisfy me. My fat loss is actually possible again. That's why, and I bring it up all the time, but that's why you can be 74 and lose 45 pounds in 5 months. That's one of your testimonies. It's like, that's why, because it wasn't about the age. It was about getting your metabolic system firing back again. Instead of misfiring hormones, everything is starting to fire and connect. Okay. So if you've felt like your body fights you, this is exactly that whole cycle. You have these little hormones that you've never been talked to about, because why would we ever be talked to about these hormones? There's really no reason for it, right? Like in our conversation with our doctors. And it's whether or not we're satisfied, whether or not we're hungry, whether or not we're, do we feel full? Do we not feel full? It's all that. And so what they're trying to accomplish then with like GLP-1s is they're trying to externally shut everything down. So some of the side effects of that shutting down, it slows the motility of your stomach. That's why there can be stomach paralysis. That's why you can have constipation as a side effect. They're trying to slow down the process externally, like force the engines to go. That's what they're doing with the GLP-1, right? I'm talking to you about the completely opposite conversation, which is let's get your engine firing again properly, because then you can actually make more GLP-1. You can bring your ghrelin and your leptin and your insulin and your cortisol into balance. You can work with the systems that actually give you the results the way God made your body to give you the results. Okay. And it's just a beautiful thing. Not to be dramatic or anything, but it's really cool, because then now I want you to walk away with a key of understanding for the rest of your life. That's what I want. Good morning, Lori from New Jersey. Oh, that's totally awesome, Lori. You are so welcome, Susan. Jackie, good morning. Sunny, cold Ontario, Barb. Oh, yes. Becky, good to see you. I can truly say, and it was 10 years on January 26th since I had your gastric sleeve. You still really don't get hungry. My stomach doesn't growl. I'm just bad about snacking when I'm not even hungry. I know. And that, you know what? That's all of us in that habit. I talk about that all the time. Eat when you're stressed, eat when you're bored, eat when you're whatever. It's just happy, sad. It doesn't matter, right? It's just the way that it is. Hold on. Hi, Robin. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, everybody is here. Okay, so let me just kind of, let me do a couple of different things. Number one, the 5-day challenge, you guys in the group, Ditch Insulin Resistance for Women, that's going to start on Monday, the 2nd. So right as you launch February, okay, it's going to start 1 p.m. Central, Monday through Friday. We'll do the food ingredient trade-outs. I just think it's so helpful for you guys to see, visually what I've done and to understand how I've had to change some of my mindsets and whatever. And you're not trying to fix every single trigger tomorrow, and then you're a failure if you don't fix your trigger tomorrow. Like, it's just not realistic. You have to have sometimes like a complete personality transplant to do that. You have to give yourself grace. But we're going to start that on Monday. If you are on the customer campaign, it's almost the end of the month. Don't miss. If you already ordered in December, don't miss out, because you've got $50 on the table for January. So when you purchase $150 or more 3 months in a row as a registered customer, don't check out as a guest. As a registered customer, you get $75 off that third order. And that is all year long. All year long. You don't have to have a subscription. You don't have to have a discount code. You don't have to have a coupon. You don't have to have a specific bundle of anything, nothing like that. I get to just talk to you directly about, like, what does it look like to work with your body for your insulin resistance. And then you get to make your own choices with, product selection. And when I talk to you about the total body reset every single day, because if I don't talk about it, then there's somebody that's not going to hear that they can switch their system from the inside out. And that's a really, really big deal, because then that's potentially one less testimony, one less person, who got off of meds or took back their life or finally felt good to do the things that they want to do. You know how I feel about that with my grandkids and everything. My ability to travel and not have swollen ankles anymore. I used to have to get to the hotel, lay on the bed, put my feet up on the wall, because my ankles were so swollen. I was so metabolically just defunct. I was just like, it was terrible. And I was exhausted. And I would spend my entire business conference weekend sweet and salty and sweet and salty and processed. And it was terrible. And then I would feel like trash. And then on my brain fog, and I wasn't taking anything in. And I was a hot mess express. So when you guys come to me and you tell me the things that are happening because you're turning back your system, like, you keep me going. I will I will forever want to be able to share with people, right? So there you go. Icy Texas. Claudia, my bestest girlfriend ever, lives outside of Dallas, north of Dallas. So I should find out how she's doing. Oh my gosh. She's from Minnesota, so she's fine. Like, she knows what she's doing. She's not confused, but it's crazy when you guys down south get ice and stuff. We're prepared up here. We pay like really high taxes to have really cool equipment. You guys don't need the equipment. So we're really good. You're so welcome, Joan. You're amazing. Robin, did you order the Total Body Reset this morning? I'm so excited for you. Yay! That is awesome. That is so awesome. God, I'm so excited. Okay, well then what is it? What is it? What is it? 6 pieces, totally layered, totally connected. Everything matters. This is like a really good minimum package thought process for you, minimum bundle. And then we go deeper dive into helping you with your anxiety, your sleep, etc. in the group. But this is where I started with these 3 supplements. And again, if you're going to be a brand new customer, make sure you register with your name, okay? You've got to get your insulin down and your liver functioning in order to burn fat. So insulin, liver, and metabolism, plus glucose in there, your blood sugars. Insulin, blood sugar, liver, metabolism, all in those little 3 pieces. And that's half of the Total Body Reset right there. This is where I started. This is what supported me in losing my 3 sizes in my 50s. I was not a supplementer. I honestly, this is how I started taking that. Those 3, I call them the trio. I took them like this. Well, I guess we'll find out, because I'm not really interested in changing out my foods because that's where I was. Now, I did have to go on my journey to trade out my ingredients, thus the challenge that we do every month for the last 2.5 years. And then the other 3 pieces of the Total Body Reset, here we go. And by the way, when you're a registered customer and you're brand new, when I see your order come through, you will get put on my VIP texting thread that will tell you exactly how to take this. I will follow up with you. I will walk that journey with you. I will make sure you know about the Facebook group. I'll make sure that you know that you can talk to me and that you can ask me questions and we can tweak things for you. Like, it's all built in. Okay. It's not one-off. I'm so not interested. And for any of you, I think this will be Terry's 20th challenge. 20 challenges. That's, guys, that's like over 1.5 years. And I'm still walking journey with Terry. Now, she doesn't really need anything from me anymore, but do you understand? Like, I'm so not interested in one-off. So this is the gut primer. This has 6 different blends in it. So as opposed to like a 1-layer greens product, this is a 6-layer product because it's a full comprehensive gastrointestinal primer. So when I talk to you about bringing down your inflammation in your gut, helping your liver, like handing your liver fermented greens so that it can properly create bile, so that you can move your impacted waste, you can move the toxins, you can actually like have a system that starts to heal and seal itself so that you can absorb your nutrients, all of that. And so that's how people get off of Omeprazole. I've had people get off of IBS med. I've had people get, it affects everything. Lots of constipation meds gone. Somebody with short gut syndrome, which means that she had diarrhea all the time, that went away. Like, it's a very comprehensive greens product. I put it in a little bit of cold water every morning and froth it up about this much. Some of you want lots of water. If you're not a green tea person like me, you can add lemon, cinnamon. I add actually my water that has my liquid aminos in it. 9 essential amino acids. It's for muscle help, and it's sugar-free. And if you want to see that on my site, just look up muscle multiplier. But I do the berry one. I'll take that water, put it in, and then I have a berry base because that's me. I'm a sweet person. Like, I want things to be sweet. This is just me. So the gut primer is the 4th product. The 5th product are all of your like 5 strains of a probiotic to repopulate your gut. Yogurt and kefir are not enough. They're not for what we've done to our guts. So this is 5 live strains, actually has technology that says this is going to stay alive all the way into your stomach through the acids, and then it's going to stick to your gut. And that's literal technology, like scientifically proven that it can get through, navigate the valley of the shadow of death in your stomach and actually stick to your gut and stay alive and do what it needs to do inside of your body to repopulate your microbiome. Okay. And then the last one is the fat burner. This is the visceral fat burner. I plucked this one. These are all, I'm the one who put this together from what I am doing for me. So this is my testimony shared locally and then shared to all of you wonderful strangers that are now my friends online. And so this is just me telling you my life. The total body reset is just my life. I plucked this right out of the sports nutrition line. And this is for people who you want to change your body composition. But even more than that, you have all of your fat, you're holding it in your trunk. It's your belly. And that's just because that's what insulin resistance does. It's going to store your fat in your belly. You're welcome. That's what it's going to do. And so you've got a belly that won't go away. And it's from your boobs down your hips, boobs down your hips. So when you start the total body reset, will you please, you don't have to tell me, although I love your testimonies when you guys tell me how many inches you've lost. Tell me, measure yourself, get yourself a measuring tape. They're super cheap. They're super cheap. Measure yourself right under your boobs, your waist, and your hips. And just think to yourself, okay, what if over the next 90 days, I actually saw an inch gone every month? So what if I saw 2 or 3 inches off of these 3 areas? Wow, that would kind of feel nice. That would feel better for summer. You know, might not get you to exactly where you want to go, but that would be a good gauge. Okay. I had to get rid of my scale. This is just me. A lot of you do lose weight right away. Some of you don't. I did not. I lost body composition first because I had a lot of visceral fat. That was a 2X. It was all in my belly, most of it. Just the way that just the way that insulin resistance does things. So anyway, and just know, come on, we know these things, but then when we get on the scale, we forget these things. Muscle weighs more than fat. Visceral fat is very light. So you can lose a lot of body composition and it's not going to show on the scale. If you can't handle the mental overload of the scale, put it in your closet for a year. Just set it aside. It is not the only gauge. I know that they have indoctrinated us to believe that that's the only marker that matters. It's the big honking freaking scale when you walk into the doctor's office. What's the first thing you do? Get on the scale, girlfriend. Oh, looks like you've gained a few. I mean, that's like the only gauge. And it's like BS. It's like they just really have made it hard for us to actually like clear our minds and take proper measurements of the success of our body. Listen, if you get off of medications, that's called success. Right? If you have good blood pressure, like I have really good blood pressure, no meds. I'm 61. I'm not on any meds. Success. Is my body exactly the size that I want it to be? And I'm like exactly the weight that I want? No. You know, I don't like the fact that my shape is a pear. I'm kind of hippie. I gain in my hips. Whatever it is. Who cares? Hello. You know, I have other markers that are telling me really good things, and I'm the only person in my immediate family that has avoided type 2 diabetes. And I took this route in my 50s. This was my route, what I did, and changed out my food ingredients. So anybody who ever needs information on the total body reset, like on Instagram, I think you can drop total body reset or TBR and it'll come to you instantly. A little bot will give you information right away. If you're on Facebook, you can drop it in, or YouTube, you can drop it in the comments, and then I will come back and get you that information. Because my bot's not set up for Facebook yet. But equally, I think on Instagram, I made it so that you could drop Amazon too and get my Amazon faves. I have to figure this out, and I will do that. So anyway, but if you have questions, let me know. I would love to know. Hi, Linda, girlfriend. Good to see you too. Very, very good to see you. I hope you're staying warm in this Minnesota weather. Marilyn says she's excited for the new challenge. These hormones have to straighten up and fly right. Total Body Reset is on the job. I am so glad, Marilyn. Storms would be a great shopping trip for all kinds of snacks. And now you shop for protein, veggies, toilet tissue. Marilyn, you're amazing. I'm telling you, I shop completely different now for everything. I do, but I love it. I love because I'm still eating the flavors that I love. I'm still eating the foods that I love. I've just changed the way that I do it. And it's like, it's not rocket science. I think that there was a part of the marketing scheme, if that's what you want to say, the marketing concept is that they just had to tell you that this was the most mountainous thing that you would ever do, because then you needed maybe what they had. I don't know. As opposed to, let me set you free and tell you how you just get your inner body working. And you literally can take back your life. It's amazing. That's a really good question, Wanda. So Wanda says, does the product automatically come next month? If you set it up on a subscription, yes. More and more of you are doing that. So there are two things that are super important. Number one, in order to get your cash off, you do not have to have an auto ship. And anybody who knows that you usually do not get any benefits ever from any company unless you are on a subscribe and save, that is not this. Every single person should be very excited about the fact that they do not require you to be on a subscribe and save. You do not have to be on an auto ship. Okay. Now, many of you choose to be on an auto ship because you don't want to miss. Like, think about this for a second. Next month is February. We only have 28 days in February. That's 3 days less than January. It will be very easy potentially for somebody to go, oh, shoot, I've been ordering at the end of the month and now it's February and I forgot and it's March 2nd. Do you understand? So an auto ship, which in my world, it's called a ditto, D-I-T-T-O, and you can put every single product on there and customize it. It's really quite amazing. I'm just telling you. Super impressed with, for people who have a larger picture of the different products that they want across their entire household. They could say, I want this product every 3 months, this product every month, this product every other month. Like, you can make it that customized. Having said that, super easy to set up. Your only requirements to getting all the cash off is that you are a registered customer and you purchase more than $150 every single month, subtotal. And then you're going to get bonus in February, $50 off. Your normal in March, $75 off, because you did January, February, March. By the time you're done that, you're at the end of April as to how much your product you've used. And then I'm just going to be honest, and I'm not making it up. You guys know, because you're here all the time. Most of you continue the process over and over and over again. That doesn't mean we're not tweaking products inside of what you need. But your wellness journey overall, because nobody else is doing this, because that's how you're getting free shipping, that's how you're getting all of the things. And it is an entire line. So some of you are like, oh, okay, well, maybe I have a month off of because 90 days on, 30 days off for the thermogenic fat burner. Okay. That's just an example. You're off of that. Oh, but I still, like, I ran out of my vitamin D3K2. I ran out of, I would like to try the magnesium and the ashwagandha so I can sleep better. I would like to, you know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean people aren't rotating or trying different products. Yes. I mean, we have these pre-made protein shakes. I've never talked about them. Okay, that's not true. In the group, I have talked about them probably a very, very long time ago. They do happen to be like, basically, I think they're sugar-free. They have like 1 carb. They're like a premier, but it's a better ingredients. Somebody just grabbed that recently and I'm like, oh, well, look at there. That's really cool. Like, so I want you to understand the concept. I hope that answered your question, Wanda. Just last week, the guy checking me out at the grocery store said to me, "It's expensive to eat healthy, isn't it?" He said, like he agreed with healthy eating. I told him, yes, it can be, but I have stopped unhealthy things for the better food. So it's pay for the good things now or pay for bad eating with doctor visits and poor health. I refuse, you guys. I just refuse to buy into the narrative. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to spend my day with this was my dad's life. Doctor appointments, medical procedures, my mother flying me home because we lived in the Black Hills of South Dakota. Flying me home for an emergency angiogram, emergency bypass surgeries, kidney dialysis. He was puking. I refuse. I have so much life to live. Like I've only just begun. You guys, I'm 61. My husband is 62. We have so much life to live. We are just beginning. Like even with building our business, now we have like so much good travel on our calendar because of, qualifying for different things, in business, and just, I want to be able to travel without swollen ankles. Is that too much to ask? I want to be able to get down on the floor with my grandbabies. Like I got good things. Yeah. Deborah says, well said, Shannon. That's right. Hi, Lori. Good to see you. What is the new item coming? Linda. What did I say? Deborah says, you are so right, Joan. Kirsten's biology class is so good. Never learned so much. You are awesome. I think I got like a D in biology in high school or something like that. Maybe that was geometry. I for sure did not get above a C in biology. So this is not me being smart. I just research, you guys. I just research and do stuff for you. I just go before you, and because it interests me, I'm like, okay, so then why that? Okay, so then why that? Because I feel like I was so mind boggled at the beginning of all of this thinking, how can this be true? They tell us literally nothing and we keep going back to them. Like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? Hi, Carrie from Florida. Good to see you. Shannon says, thanks, Deborah. If someone opens the conversation, I try to be positive and helpful. I might help them. And that's what I want to do. I love that. I love that. We can impact people everywhere we go. Agreed. The door has closed on dependence of the old way of doctoring. Mm-hmm. Who was it that I just saw? Somebody online, some influencer or whatever. And he said, I will never, ever go back to a general. No, this is just him. And I'm not giving anybody advice. He said, I will never go back to a practitioner again for my general health. I'm taking a completely different route. However, if I break a bone, I'll go to the doctor. Of course I will. But for my general health, I will never go back. And I thought, oh, that's so interesting. I kind of like, I've never said that out loud, but I kind of agree with it. But that's only because, I don't have to get off of anything right now. I'm on the front end of that still. So, I mean, assuming that it will be forever, because I don't mean like I'm going to start anything anytime soon. But because I avoided meds, I don't have to manage any meds and try to get off of any meds. That's what I meant by that. So bye, Lori. Have such a good day. Good to see you. I love that. Does my husband also follow your way of eating? Mine doesn't. And this is so hard. A huge roadblock. It's easy to slip with the garbage in the house. It is. And that is a very, very good question. You'll be adding the daily primer. That's fantastic, Wanda. Yeah. It's a very big helper. He not completely, more than ever, because he's had his own stuff, meaning like he started to really react to gluten. And so like he would just kind of break out and get super dry and whatever. And so it forced his hand to have to be like, shoot. All right, fine. I'll stop eating bread. You know what I mean? Like he was doing it for me or for himself, not for me. But he still will eat, and it was hard at the beginning. Like I have to go back in my brain. It was hard at the beginning because we both love to dip like kettle chips into cottage cheese or ripple chips into cottage cheese, like love. And so then he was still buying that all the time. I am now in a position where I've done this for so long, and it's just him and I, that he has migrated over to my universe because I'll make something and he's like, dang, that's good. I'm like, I know, because I'm finding all of these good recipes from Maria Emmerich or whatever. But I will tell you, as a mindset conversation, just so that anybody knows, I absolutely did not require anybody to change their life for me. I did not do that ever. I don't do it in a social setting. I don't do it in my home. I don't do it when I'm at a holiday with my family. I don't do it when I am anywhere at a business conference. I did this for me, and I was so determined. I literally got to the point where I was like, get out of my way. I'm doing this for me. And if you would please stop paying attention to what I'm eating or not eating, I'd really appreciate it. Like, just leave me alone. That's where I finally got inside of myself, because I was so frustrated with, I was I was pre-diabetic. I watched my dad. I was scared. I was all the things. And then I eventually was like, and I'm tired of being a 2X. I'm tired of my size and I don't want to do this anymore. And I would say in my head, I just want to be normal. I just want to be normal. I just want to be normal. That's where I was in my brain. People around you, you're absolutely right. The one thing that I did kind of do, though, I will say, I made food for me. And then if you want something different, you can make it for yourself. I kind of did that a little bit. You know, or if you want to add rice to yours, or you want pasta with yours or whatever, that's fine, you know, but I'm trying out my own recipes. I'm in experiment mode over here. I'm buying different ingredients. I'm looking through Maria Emmerich cookbooks. I've got a lot of them. I'm trying something different, but I'm not kidding. Most of everything that I made, he was like, this is awesome. And then he never had a reason to go off, you know, so he's slowly moved my way. You get it because your husband is being Hispanic. I live in tortilla world. And that's it. And ooh, yummy, 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 right? It's challenging. It is, it can be. And that's where I'm like, well, that's fine. You can have your tortillas. Like we would for years, and probably even still now, he will suffer knowing he's going to suffer. Like if we went out for Mexican right now, we will order fajitas. That's what we will do every time. And we'll do like the steak and the shrimp and whatever. And with all the onions and the green peppers, etc. And he'll eat the tortillas and I'll just make myself that's my salad, my fajita salad, so to speak. I don't care that I have a tortilla. And if he wants to eat, you can have mine too. Because I don't care. I do not want to feel like trash tomorrow. Not interested in my knees aching and my ankles swollen and puffy under my eyes. Not interested. So have at it. That's how I feel about that, because I didn't care about the taste of the flour tortilla anyway. I cared about the steak. I wanted the beef. That was me. So there you go. Anyway. Yours is also diabetic and high cholesterol on meds and just won't consider changing. I know. And that's, you know what? That's painful, right? Because you will live the fallout of that with him. And yeah, there's nothing you can do, right? Can't make somebody want to change. You can't. It's hard. It's hard. But what you can do is you can make a commitment to yourself that you won't live a certain way, that you won't be put in that position of having to be taken care of or having to manage meds and doctor appointments. And, you know, the expense of sickness it far exceeds the investment of taking care of yourself on the front end, far exceeds. You can't put a price. There is no price you put on the fact that my dad was gone at 63 and my kids missed out on their Italian grandpa. There's no price. Silly, right? Yes, us too, Kirsten. I don't eat the tortillas that come with my fajitas. Yep. Not the refis either, or the rice. Correct. Me neither. However, I will tell you that there is a refried bean recipe by Maria Emmerich. Have you seen this recipe? I'll wrap up with this for you guys. She made this recipe and I did it in the group, and she makes it with, you can do it with either zucchini or eggplant. I like zucchini. I did them both. I didn't like the eggplant one as much. But if you go to my YouTube, so here's my YouTube, Kirsten Liebelt, just my name, just normal. I need to change my picture on there anyway. And let's see, do I have to hit playlists? Yep. I have literally 2 recipes because I just haven't gotten to the point of editing all my stuff yet. And one of them is the refried beans right here. Yeah, I can't. I'll just show it to you. Refried beans, and it's made with zucchini or eggplant. And that's me doing the recipe inside of the group one time. That is amazing. Amazing. I've had several Hispanic people do this with me and go, wow. And this isn't me. I'm not the creator. Maria Emmerich is just really creative. So if you've not tried it, I recommend. So Marilyn, yep, you use the egg life wrap and make believe it's a tortilla. Absolutely. I've done that so many times. I've just realized that for the most part, the holder of anything isn't necessarily what I want or care about. I've used a lot of those egg life wraps though. I actually will use those for something sweet sometimes, like a little bit of cream cheese, cinnamon, brown sugar swerve, roll them up, something sweet like that. So there you go. But anyway, all right. Have the best day ever. I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. If you have not placed your order yet for January, don't miss out because don't miss out, whether it's because you want the cash off next month or because you want the cash off this month because you already ordered last month. The Egg Life Wrap, Shannon, you can get them at like Aldi's, Walmart, etc. And they are literally egg whites that they turned into tortilla looking wraps. You get 6 in a package. They do not taste like a white flour tortilla. Like, we should not be confused. But on the other hand, they do not taste eggy. They're just egg whites. So they function like a tortilla. So you can put your taco meat in there, your fajita meat, you can wrap it up, you put all your goodies in it. It's a good holder, right? Mm-hmm. You could make your version of quesadillas with it. You could do a lot of things with those egg life wraps. And they came out a handful of years ago, and they're still, I think, very highly used in the marketplace. So I don't think they're going anywhere anytime soon. And they do have some flavored ones, like tomato and basil or Italian seasoning or stuff like that. So worth looking up to see if that's something you want to do and try. So probably about $1 a piece is what they run, a little less. Mm-hmm. Worth the try. And again, there's nothing like grain, right? There's nothing like flour. We love flour. We were raised on flour. We know the taste. We love that. And so there's nothing that really replaces flour completely like that. But an egg life wrap does a darn good job. So there are different flavored wraps too. Yep. All right. Have a good day, you guys. I'm going to go get my hair done. I'm going to go get my hair cut and colored. I mean, you won't know or care by tomorrow, but I'm taking an afternoon going to get my hair done. If you need anything, let me know. I'm available to chat if you need help ordering, need help setting up an auto ship because you don't want to forget. And especially, if you were wanting to set something up so that you're not towards the end of the month and then you mess up February, don't do that. So, all right. See you tomorrow, you guys. You are like the best. You're the best. Amazing people. And I'll be sending out all the prizes. And if you want to know if you won, go into my stories because I listed it there this morning.